Welcome everybody to episode 4 of the Waterman Podcast. Today I'm here with my special guest, Mr. Johnny Wvlker. How are you doing today, my
Ow.
brother?
I'm great, man. I'm beautiful. Thank you for the invite.
Anytime. A friend of mine told me about you and he was like, hey, you got to get this guy on your podcast.
Yeah. Oh,
You
TJ.
know?
CEO TJ. Yeah, TJ.
So I said, hey, you know what? I got to have this guy on. I trust you. And, I think this guy will be a perfect guest. So, anyways, Johnny, let's start from the beginning.
Yes, sir.
Where are you from originally?
Oh, I thought you meant like the Big Bang. I was like, wait, how far are we going back? I'm a Moroccan kid from Ohio. So I grew up in Cincinnati. My dad came here from North Africa back in the 80s.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, I'm from Cincinnati, and then I came out here in like 2014, came to start a new life here in LA.
I see. So now, what was it like that first day when you came over here, to LA? Like you were in a different world,
I'm like addicted to watching movies. It's all I do. Sometimes I'll watch like 5 movies a day. Like I'm trying to build a lifestyle where I can just watch movies all day in a mansion. That's my end goal. Everyone's like, "What do you want to do with your life?" I'm like, "Nothing. I want to watch movies in a bigger house." But I used to see so much Hollywood stuff just from all the films that I watched. I always felt like it was part of my life and just the city in general. But then when you get here, it's just such a wave of like new information and it's a completely different world. So it was cool. It gives you kind of like that nostalgic feeling for something you never really experienced,
Mhm.
like a nostalgia for like a time that you weren't really a part of. But I never left, so I must have liked it.
Mhm.
As soon as I got here, I was like, I ain't going back.
That's right. So now, Johnny, I mean, when did you first discover that you have a love for music? Because that's mainly what you're doing right now.
Love for music. I guess when I was a kid, the first book I ever picked up was like one of Jimi Hendrix biographies, like a story about his life.
Mhm.
And so I started listening to the like Hendrix, Janis Joplin, The Doors and stuff as a kid. At the exact same time, I was listening to like Camp Lo and Bone Thugs and Dayton Family
Mhm.
and NWA and that type of shit. So I just got so much experience with music from a young age and got to listen to so much stuff that a lot of other people didn't because my parents were so young. My mom had me when she was like 15, so I mean, she's listening to the same shit I'd be listening to as a kid.
Mhm. I see.
Yeah, so yeah, man, growing up, first song I ever heard was Crossroads by Bone Thugs.
Oh, okay. Now, understand that you are, very frequently you can be seen in the studio, right? You're doing your thing in the studio right now, right?
Yup, almost every day.
Hmm. So now, is your dream to be under a major label, or do you want to just keep it independent?
Um, you'd be hard pressed to find an artist that's popping whose name you could even know that's not on a major label. Every single artist that's independent is still on a major label, otherwise you just don't know who they are.
Mhm.
Even like these new kids coming up, like the new SoundCloud kids, they're all on majors. So I think the idea for me is to build everything up myself to where it's big enough and then partner with a major label once I can come in and get a bigger bag. Once I make a little bit more noise, then come in and get a bigger deal and do a partnership instead of just rolling in as an artist under their label. Because
Mhm.
I'm creative and I got a big fucking mouth and I need to be able to like express myself. A label wouldn't be able to like handle me as just a new artist getting on there and getting shelved and all that stuff. Like I think I'm too smart to go in at this stage because I need to come in with more. But when I do, I'm gonna come in and then I'm gonna write, tell them what I want instead of accepting some deal. Because I've been talking to majors since I first dropped. I mean, I've sold songs to Universal. I've written for them multiple times. Universal bought one of my songs, like I think the second or third song I ever released. So they've offered me deals. I just always say no. Yeah, nah. I need money. I need a bag. I ain't gonna do nothing for like 50 grand or like 100K or anything. And that's kind of like what I've kind of gotten offered. But I mean, I'm not throwing shade their way. I appreciate it. But you know,
Very wise man. And as you know, in that business, you always want to own your own masters.
right.
That's another thing. And then, like, try your best to own your songs.
Right.
You own your masters, you own your songs.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's good that, you're not being desperate, because sometimes they're counting on desperate people
Right.
to just
Absolutely.
grab any deal,
All the
right?
time, get someone 10, 15 grand. And then every deal, no matter what it is, you're getting 15%.
Mm,
Drake, fucking Lil Wayne, any artist, you Lil Baby, anybody you can think of, the label gets 85%, they get 15, which is cool. You know, I'm
mm,
not trying to change too much how things work, but I definitely need some control. I got a lot of creativity and I
mm,
already make money.
mm,
I make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, so then I need millions.
mm. That's the spirit, and you're still very young and you're very driven. So you will get to the top of the mountain.
Yes,
You know.
sir. Just need a hit. Need a hit. Need a hit.
So Hollywood, the music industry, this guy, just keep your eyes out for this guy. This guy is an up and comer.
Yes, sir.
And there's enough room for everybody in this business, whether it's acting, anything, in the world. So there's an abundance for everybody to go around, whatever you're trying to get into. There's an abundance,
Yeah, I agree with that.
you know.
Hmm.
So basically, is there any artist that you would like to work with that is like on your list of artists you would like to work with?
Artists I like, shit. I'd like to make a song with Travis. Yeah, that'd be dope. And then there's this newer artist I've been hearing pop up a lot lately. This kid named King Carson. It'd be cool to make a song with him.
Hmm.
But yeah, mostly making music by myself. I don't have a lot of features either.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm such a fucking loner.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'm like a homebody a lot. I'm always working and shit. I definitely need to make some connections with some other artists that I do want to do some features with because I don't have many.
Hmm. So I can say, well, Dr. Dre, you need to contact this young, talented brother over here,
Hey,
Johnny Wvlker, and Snoop. This is the
oh
guys
man, I
right
love
here.
Snoop.
Contact this brother right here, Snoop, and who else can I think of right now? We have Master P, those veterans.
Yep. Shit, I would have said yay, but he's just been going crazy lately. I would have said Kanye, but
Yeah, Kanye.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe in a couple years, I'm gonna give
Yeah,
Kanye a
yeah.
break.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it
Let him
is,
go meditate for a little bit, and then we'll talk.
yeah, the thing about it is, I mean, they have the veterans, that laid down the foundations,
Hmm.
and they have proven themselves to deserve to be at the level that they are on currently, because they had to go through all of the experience and the establishment, phases where they built themselves to where they are right now, like Jay-Z. So, all of those guys. So basically, I think it helps though the older artist when they work with the younger ones, because I think it becomes like a win-win,
Yep.
because, you keep your core audience that remember you from back in the days. And also you get a few younger people that is following this younger artist.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, and also it's basically where, you're growing, you're passing on the baton, and, keeping, that whole skill, what you learned, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going,
Hmm.
because whatever we learn in life, it's important that we pass it on to the
Hmm.
next generation,
Yep.
and just have a legacy of kind of like giving back, helping other people,
Mhm.
other artists,
Yep.
and I think it's good. So now,
Going back to Snoop real quick, he always said, Snoop Dogg always said, he's like, you got to keep the younger artist in your line of sight. You got to pay attention to what the younger artists are doing because that's what is going to keep you in the loop and let you know what's popping and what's coming next. The world's built by young men. The world's ran by older men.
that is very well said. So right now, are you trying to get like a record together right now in the studio? I understand you're in the studio. Are you trying to build a few more songs, or are you
Yeah, yeah.
touching up on a few things? Or?
I just released this project called Dead in Hollywood. It was a big project. We did a bunch of like pre-release for it and did this whole little crazy thing with the news. And we just dropped the video for it, and it's starting to take off. I have so much crazy shit happening with my music though, like not being on a major label and being independent and starting to pop. Like I got like maybe 10, 15 million streams last year, and then this year it's been hard. It's kind of been hell. I've gotten flags from YouTube for multiple videos. They're like saying it has shocking content in it and stuff like this when it doesn't, saying that my videos have drug use in them when they don't. I had someone just upload a fake album under my name all over Spotify and YouTube. Like a lot of people fucking with me lately, and it's always when shit starts to pop off more. So yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. I'm sorry, what was the question?
I mean, no, no, no. We're just talking about, you laying some tracks,
Oh yeah, song, new
the new
song.
songs.
Yes, Dead in Hollywood. Go
Yeah,
play Dead in Hollywood. Watch that shit, and then top of this coming year, I got a 3-piece set called Rager.
mhm.
Yeah, I'm doing three-piece sets next year. Three song mixtapes.
Oh, wow. So you have a very full schedule.
Yes, sir.
You have a very full schedule. So
I'm
now,
always dropping. We did that in Hollywood, but I just dropped a video randomly on Tuesday. Dropped a music video on Tuesday called The Wave. I'm always dropping shit. I'm working nonstop, so yeah, I always got stuff out.
it's always the way to be because, if you love what you're doing, like they say, it's not really work if you're
Right.
enjoying the process. So it's something to where you are actually doing something that is a labor of love, as they say.
Yeah.
So now, Johnny, I mean, I'm looking at you, and I mean, you look like you are no more than like 25 years old. Am I in that?
Oh, thank you. I do that anti-aging shit. I gotta
I
keep
mean,
myself looking good.
is it
Oh no, I'm way older than that. I told you I'm 120.
whatever you're doing, keep doing it, man. Yeah, I
Thank you.
mean, I'm looking at you because you're giving me the history and what you've been doing and all that, and you have a good solid head on your shoulders, and I'm just trying to
Trying to figure it out. You're like, is he 20 or
all that
45 years
wisdom,
old?
all that wisdom from a 25-year-old
I'm
man.
just an old soul. And I don't leave my house unless I'm working usually and or like going out to do something. So I'm just reading all the time.
Mhm,
It's like all I do is read and
mhm,
watch documentaries.
mhm.
I'm addicted to like learning shit. It's such a drug. It's so fun like learning shit. Not to like be smarter than other people, but so many people don't know shit. Motherfuckers are dumb out here. That's why I don't hang out with rappers. They're dumb. They don't know anything. And they don't like it's hard to hold a good conversation with a lot of them because they just haven't educated themselves. So it's just kind of boring. If it's like any relationship. Everything's a relationship. A friendship is, a girl you're dating, everything's a relationship. And a lot of people in this industry are just hard to talk to.
Well, I think you just have to go on a case by case basis,
Right.
if you
Yeah.
don't mind me saying so, Johnny. In any group, you have to always go in a case by case basis. That's what I do when dealing with people. I don't go with the race thing, whatever music they like. I just go with the heart of that person,
Right.
So, that's what I do. I don't put anyone in a particular category.
Oh yeah, I didn't mean to do it. Say
Yeah,
like all rappers,
and I know what you mean.
but you know what I mean,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but yeah, but the thing about it though is, as people though, it can be easy sometimes in life, um, if we're not careful to kind of bunch everybody together.
Yeah, and then you
It
start just
happens with
dismissing.
blacks, it happens with whites, all different things. I just go case by case.
Yeah,
That's how I do it,
I agree
the
with that.
stuff. But Johnny, let me ask you, so what would be on your like list of if you were to have a top five list of artists
Yeah,
that you would like to work with, who would I mean, I don't
top
want to put you on the
five.
spot like that, but
All right, let's forget all the news about Kanye over the last like 6 months. We'll say Ye, Travis, Don Toliver would be fire. I'd like to do a song with Don Toliver, Tory Lanez, and then who else? Can't remember this girl's name, but she's bad as hell, and has a really beautiful voice. I can't remember her name though. There's this other girl I've been wanting to do a song with, but I mean, I listen to everything. Should I do a song with
mm,
you know a lot of different artists, but just whoever fits my sound.
mhm,
I call my music dark pop,
mhm,
so it's like rap, kind of dark melodies, a little bit of singing and shit, and like
mhm,
But yeah, I call it dark pop. So yeah, just anybody that would mesh well with that.
mhm. So now, right
Oh,
now,
oh, I forgot. Thug. I want to do a song with Thug. And I hope to God that man gets out of jail soon. And thank God Gunna just got out and Tory's about to get off. They're trying to lock everybody up. But yeah, hopefully Young Thug gets out soon and I'd love to do a song with him. I really fuck with Atlanta.
mhm. So now, is there like a main studio that you normally work out of, or you just pretty much?
Yeah, I'm at Skrillex's studio downtown.
Mhm.
It's called Lemon Tree. And yeah, my engineer projects, he's ran Skrillex's studio for a long time. And he's been working with me for the last couple years.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, shout out to projects. Shout out to Lemon Tree.
Mm. So, do you anticipate going on tour anytime soon, or is that something that is maybe a few years from now, or how do you gauge maybe?
I think early next year.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, I
okay.
think I'll do one early next year in the spring. And right now, I've just been knocking out a bunch of shows all around LA.
Mm,
Yeah, so I perform maybe like once or twice a week, just like small shows around the city.
I see.
Yeah, little rap shows. And yeah, so I think I'll do my own tour in spring.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, for
okay.
this new project I'm gonna release, do a Rager tour.
Mm. So is there like anybody that you would probably like to be on tour with?
Probably start by myself, but if I was an opening artist for somebody, shit, I'd love to be on that Don Toliver tour
Oh,
or the
okay.
Nav tour that they're doing right now. That would have been crazy to jump on. I think Fago's the opener for it. But yeah, I like the Cactus Jack guys. And I
Mhm,
like the good music artists too.
mhm,
But
mhm,
yeah, something like that would be really cool.
mhm.
I
Ye-
think we mesh well together.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, the thing is, how do you feel also about working with different genres of music, like a mesh of what you do with a little bit of old school flavor? How do
Mm.
you?
I have some stuff like on my unfinished songs that has like a real like almost like a jazzy 60s vibe to it. Like it's real hard to describe. Yeah, it's real hard to describe.
Uh,
But like big band type stuff in the background with these heavy beats going.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm open to anything, you know. I have my music and I want to build my sound, so that's what I'm doing now. But I mean, I'd make anything.
Mhm. I see. And it's kind of funny because you say that you are from Ohio, but I'm kind of like thinking to myself what it would be like the you start your tour, one day you go on tour and you show up in Ohio. The
Mm.
reception
Oh man, I
that
got
oh
I got fans out there. They'll storm me just seeing me downtown with nothing going on right now. I don't even got a hit right now. And yeah, shit.
they support you.
Yeah, last time I went there, like 10 people walked out of a bar. They're like, Johnny Walker's here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so nah, I got fans there.
Yeah, yeah. That the home base, you get the support,
Hmm.
deep support from the home base.
Yeah, which I love because I don't really go back much, but Ohio is always in my heart. You know, I love Cincinnati. It's just I had to get out of there. It just wasn't a real creative place, and it
Mhm.
just yeah, it wasn't good for my soul. I needed to get up out of there.
Well, most people know sometimes you can have the dream, the drive, all that stuff, but you gotta sometimes for certain things, you gotta be at the right place to make it.
Hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, you might have that big dream, but then sometimes you have to leave where you currently are staying.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And move to another location, a bigger place, a bigger market for certain things.
Right. Yeah. Some people
And then
stay in their hometown. Other
some
people.
things, it depends on what it is, but some things you could stay in your small town and it can still manifest and it can still happen there,
Yep.
you know? But certain things, sometimes you have to make a certain move,
Right.
for certain things, or even if you can start where you are, but to get bigger, to expand more, at
Yeah.
times you have to move sometimes to another location,
Yep. For
bigger
sure.
place. And
Yeah. I was kind of going through some shit when I was there too. I usually tell artists like, you know, some people will ask me for advice, like, you know, hey, where'd you start? Or you have any advice for me coming up as an artist? I usually tell people to stay in their hometowns. To
mm,
start off, you know, it's like you got fans here, you got friends, family. Even if you don't have one fan, you automatically do because you got friends around you. So
mm,
it's good. But coming out here to LA, like in Cincy, you know, where I was from, like if you're doing something creative, people will just be like, yo, you're a fucking idiot. They're like,
mm,
you're stupid. They'll like shoot it down real heavily. But here, you know, I meet strangers that are excited about what I'm doing.
mhm, mhm,
Yeah, so here it was like very welcoming. I don't know what other people think about LA, but it was like the friendliest place I've ever been.
mhm. Yeah, I mean, the people, I love California because it has a nice broad spectrum. You can be from a small country that the map of the world, it's not even recognized.
Yep.
Or people don't even know how to say the name of the country. It's so small. And then you can come to California and you'll meet people from your hometown, you know.
Yep. Yep.
That's the beauty of California.
Yeah, it's like a real melting pot.
Meet people there from that small country that you're from.
Yep. You could be from like Uzbekistan and be like, oh shit, yeah.
I mean, that's what I love about California.
Hmm.
So you'll never be lonely, leaving your country, your small town,
Oh yeah.
your small country. You come over here, you'll meet people from your homeland.
Yep. And even like I wasn't born in Morocco, but I'm Moroccan. My neighbors are from Cameroon. My other neighbor's white. The other one's from Russia. And that's just like on my floor with like, a couple people, and people complain about this place so much. I'm like, have you ever been to another country? I'm like, tell me how many black people you see in China. How many you think you see? None. How many Asians do you see walking around Russia? Not a ton. Like in America, it's like, well, I saw 14 Indian people 2 seconds ago. Over here, there's a bunch of Asian people. There's a bunch of people from Africa. Like, this is the most free place that's ever existed.
You can find where you fit in. You can find your spot here.
Yeah, everybody.
Wherever it is you're from, you come to California, you'll find your spot.
Yeah.
That has your name on it. Now, do you do release music on Spotify?
Yeah, I do Spotify. I do all the platforms.
You do all the platforms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right. I'm with BMI, but then I have my own label, and yeah, we distribute everywhere.
Oh, okay. That's very good. So now you have some videos that the people could probably see on YouTube?
Yes, sir.
You do?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I just dropped the Dead in Hollywood video. I have I think there's 2 Dead in Hollywood videos. And then I just dropped a video on Tuesday called The Wave. That song's crazy. That's the #1 song off my first project. It was called Wonderland. Yeah, so The Wave's going nuts. Yeah, just look up Johnny Wvlker on YouTube or anywhere. I'm verified. You can find me wherever.
That's good. So now for social media, what is your you have an Instagram that your people, your supporters can check out?
Yes, sir. Pretty much anywhere online at Johnny Wvlker, JohnnyWvlker.
All right, that sounds very, very good. So now the studio, how would you say as far as when you get into the studio, the average time that you normally spend when you go inside the studio, what would you say your average time is spent in the studio is?
I usually
you'll love it. Huh?
I usually do like 4 to 6 hour sessions because I go so much. But then if we go at night, we'll be in there for like 12 hours. Yeah.
I see. Wow. That's like, yep.
Yeah, like I think last night we finished at like 6 a.m. or this morning we finished like 6 a.m.
Okay. So it's basically like you have a fairly small size crew, or just a
Yeah, we got a pretty small crew. My label is called DPS, Dead Poet Society. Shout out to the crew. Yeah, just a small team. They're like my engineer, some of my producers, and really just like a group of friends. And I thought it was smarter to form a label instead of just me being a solo artist by myself, because it's like, oh, I got a little bit more backing behind me and a business behind me. It's like when I get paid and stuff, they don't pay me. They pay my S corporation, and then I get to do all kinds of shit with my taxes and run the business like a financial company runs.
Very good, very good. Well, brother Johnny, hey, it was a pleasure.
I appreciate it.
Having you come to the Waterman Podcast.
Ow!
We must do it again.
Yeah, I'm definitely down to come back.
And I can see you're an up and comer. So when you blow up, don't pretend like, who is this Waterman guy? I never met him before.
Dude, when I get up my first gold plaque, I'm calling you and be like, hey, remember that conversation we had on the couch? Like, you said not to forget you. Let's go to dinner.
But before I leave, let me just say, this guy also, I'll put him in that category of when I first spoke to him on the phone, I felt like I already knew the guy. Just good vibes, good energy over the phone. And you can't fake that. Like some people, you talk to them on the phone, you feel the negative energy, the negative vibes. You feel like you're pulling teeth, in talking. And in talking to this young man, it was just from the beginning to the end of the conversation on the phone, it was all positive vibes. So I put you on my positive vibes list.
I appreciate that, man. You're on my list for sure.
Well, thank you, my brother,
for
coming to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right, we must do it again. Thank you. All right.